Oh, dang.
Praise Iomade.
We didn't actually fight.
Healing your wounds was easy, but you were unconscious for so long, I was starting to worry we'd lost you.
What happened?
We couldn't stand up to the demoness. Her spells were too strong. It's all right. We'll handle it somehow. You blacked out, but Staunton and I managed to get you here to the Defender's Heart. It used to be a tavern, but now it's our headquarters. We're gathering our forces here, and we're preparing to strike back.
Okay, well, about that cultist dispatch at the dungeons, it seems they were holed up in the Tower of Estrode.
Demons have been filling Cockatrice with their spies and infiltrators for a long time. Unfortunately, I don't have enough people to attack the place right now, at least not blindly. I'd be grateful if you snuck in there and scouted out the situation. But just scouting. Don't be a hero.
All right, what's the situation in the city?
Bad, but not hopeless. We're constantly getting news, and new sources of resistance keep springing up in the districts where everyone seemed to be dead. The survivors are gathering here. You should see them. Their faces, their eyes burning with determination. The city is destroyed, but our resistance is not broken. We will keep fighting.
What do you plan to do next?
You heard what the demon said. They're going to desecrate the Wardstone and blow up the whole barrier around the World Wound. That would be an even worse disaster than the World Wound's expansion before the Second Crusade. Not only Cockatrice, but every city with a Wardstone will be destroyed, including the capital. We can't allow that no matter what. We will retake it, even destroy it if we must. Iomade's gift must not become a weapon of the Abyss.
Can I help in any way?
First of all, we need to decide what to do with the stone once we get it. What I'm about to say is classified. A traveler came to the city recently. A blind elf calling himself the Storyteller. He insisted he be allowed to examine the Wardstone, and he raised the alarm when his study was finished. Even before the demon attack, he had found some damage or flaw in the stone. Prelate Hulrune dismissed his words as nonsense.
Of course he
borderline
did.
Blasphemy. But between you and me, the prelate's opinion isn't worth much. I think the Storyteller knew what he was talking about. We could use his advice right now, if only we knew where he was. I remember the Storyteller spent a lot of time talking to Staunton, a dwarf from my unit. You saw him during the demon attack. The elf asked him about the history of the Crusades. Maybe the Storyteller told Staunton something about where we could find him if anything happened. There's another problem. After the attack, the demons began to gather their forces at the Grey Garrison. It'll be even harder to take them with a head-on assault. But I once heard soldiers talking about a secret entrance to the garrison. Trouble is, I have no idea where to look for it. While you explore the city, please keep your eyes open, in case you find something we can use.
Of course, I can do that.
And one last thing. The Eagle Watch has lost a lot of soldiers recently. Some were killed, but others simply haven't been seen since the attack. In the chaos that is now Cockatrice, it's next to impossible to confirm anything for sure. One of the missing fighters is Janna Aldori, a new recruit in the Watch. She got along well with Sela, and she often went drinking with her. I honestly thought Sela and Janna had died together. But now Sela's returned with you, and there's no sign of Janna. If you learn anything of her whereabouts when you're out in the city, please report back.
All right, just for funsies, tell me about the Wardstone. Why is it so important?
The Wardstones are a gift of Iomade. Created personally by her herald, a mighty angel, and a general of the celestial armies. The Wardstones keep the World Wound from expanding. They stand along the border of the territory controlled by the demons, creating a barrier to keep them inside. The Cockatrice obelisk was the first to be placed. It is the key to the whole barrier. We cannot leave it in the hands of those monsters from the Abyss.
All right, everything is clear to me.
May the goddess help you. We're still fighting, which means that Cockatrice still hasn't fallen. If you come across any groups in the city that can fight, send them here to the Defender's Heart. We'll need every fighter we can muster for the final assault.
All right.
Yes, one more thing.
Oh,
If
okay.
you're in the area, check out this address. It's our house. Mine and Inevia's. Well, it was our house. If the building is still standing, open the hidden compartment in the kitchen. It's filled with supplies for a rainy day. You can take whatever you find. You have more need of it.
Okay, can we see what you said about meatloaf? I'm not for sure if that stuff comes over here. Let's see. Razomade. Oh, Camellia was healing meatloaf. Okay. Or meatloaf. I'm sorry, meatloaf. Thank you, Camellia, for healing meatloaf, though. That was very nice of you. You didn't have to do that. Ooh, a dragon. Oh, okay. Bye, dragon. Into my inventory you go. We're so evil. Look at us. Okay. Where did that thing go? In ascending order. There it is. There it is. Okay, here. Sovereign Dragon. Summons a tiny pet sovereign dragon. Sovereign Dragon's great wisdom provides a +1 morale bonus on knowledge, world, arcana, nature, and religion checks. Okay, good. Let's, where does this thing go? In my items? I guess it goes in my items. And where is my items? There it is. Here we go. What else do I have in here? Dazzling display. Did I level up? No. Where's my dragon? I don't know. It's somewhere. It's on. That's all that matters. Okay. It's Kitty! Oh. Hey, wait. Mind if I bend your ear about something? Anevia is outside your door, leaning casually against the shelf. So here's the first and most important thing. Beth gave you a crucial mission. I get that, and I know you'll get the job done. I saw you in action, but here's the rub. By sending you out on an errand, we're weakening our defenses here. If they come at us while you're gone, I don't know if we'll be able to fight them off. Well, everything seems clear so far. What else do you wish to discuss? So, the rift that damn beetle left with its scythe? Yeah, well, it cut the city into two, and it's kind of difficult to get across. My scouts tell me there's a halfway decent place to set up a crossing in Market Square. Not that any of them tried it to make sure, but if you've got a mind to go across, and I think you're going to have to eventually, you might want to give the square a once-over. All right. When do you think the demons will attack next? Your guess is as good as mine. It might not be here. They could attack the whole damn city. Those vermin know they've lost the upper hand, and that we're going to push back hard. If things kick off here, you should know. After they attack, some things could be changed beyond recognition. So if you've got any business that needs taking care of, you better do it soon. All right. Well, do you want me to stay and guard the tavern? You what? No, your task is far too important. You can't just hole up here all cozy like, waiting for the demons to knock on the door. We need you to take the fight to them. But if those freaks try to make a move on this place, Beth will send a runner to get you. If that happens, you leg it back here, all right? Because if you don't, you'll be coming back to an ash pile, got it? Alrighty, thank you for the warning. See ya. Later, watch yourself out there. There's Camellia. Camellia looks you over pensively, toying with the snake-shaped bone amulet that dangles from her pale neck. Noticing your glance, she flashes you a cold, barely there smile. Greetings. It seems, for a moment, that she wants to say something else, but the pause grows too long, and she slips back into cautious silence. So, your amulet is quite unusual. Where did you get it? I didn't click on it. There you go. Ah, my little trinket? It's so nice of you to notice, but I assure you, this amulet is nothing but a bauble. Can a lady not be drawn to beautiful, useless things? That's an interesting choice for that. Okay, well, anyways, tell me about yourself. You want to know more about me than you already do? Why? Camellia arches a dainty brow. I talk to the spirits of this tormented land, and they guide me in battle. I'll help you fight the demons, and I swear that you can rely on me in this matter. Isn't that sufficient? Well, where did you learn to wield a rapier so well? I had good teachers. Although they don't get all the credit, I am a most diligent student. Camalia licks her parched lips. You're much more relaxed during combat. Your battle cries are uninhibited. She blushes slightly and lowers her eyes. So you've noticed. To be honest, I find it embarrassing. You see, being a shaman means having spirits of battle as my ever-present companions. In the heat of combat, they become rather, vocal. Anyway, as much as I enjoy our delightful conversations, the spirits are calling me, and I must respond. Please excuse me. Malia turns away, watching you out of the corner of her eye. Well, I didn't get to talk to you about being a noble. Orgus, you owe us money. Here, take this. Yes, it's 2,000 coins. Take your payment and remember that Horgus Worm always keeps his word. You helped me get back to the surface, and I duly paid you for escorting me. Now, speaking of our future cooperation... Horgus looks at you with unvarnished disapproval. His arms folded across his chest, his foot tapping impatiently. I have a job that would be perfect for someone like you. Naturally, I'll pay you generously for your services. And what do you mean a job for someone like me? Or an adventurer ready to sell their soul for booze and then lie down drunk in the gutter? Or do you think you're somehow different? A traveling knight, perhaps? Noble of heart, but without the coin to your name? Horgus sizes you up critically, then sighs and shrugs. You seem a reliable enough ally to me, and you did get me out of those mongrel caves. So why should I care what you do with my money once you've got it? Oh, I succeeded at a perception check. Horgus seems like one of those people who think the entire world owes them something. However, you hear notes of hysteria beneath his smug arrogance. It's as though he's really quite nervous, but taking great pains to conceal it. Noble birth doesn't give you the right to behave badly. I would ask that you refrain from such statements in the future. He puts his hands on his hips. Oh, really? How impudent. No one dare tells Horgus Worm how to address the rabble. I just did. So what does this job involve? You shall be my bodyguard. You see, I have good reason to return to my mansion here in Cockatrice. I still have... Well, it doesn't matter. It's none of your business. My mansion is a breathtaking building with a large garden in the wealthy part of the city. Even before the demons attacked, every thief and fraudster in the city had tried to get inside, one way or another. I shudder to imagine the state it's in now. I have little hope that my guards were able to hold the mansion during the attack, and I expect that the servants fled when they saw the demons. Only Abadar knows what's happened there since. Therefore, I would ask that you meet me at my mansion and guard me there until we complete my business. Okay, let's see, demons? Okay, demons. Abadar, the god of cities, law, merchants, and wealth. Also called the god of walls and ditches in the Eastern Dragon Empires. Oh my gosh, it's known to be a patient deity. Maintaining a strong, neutral stance in his actions, he strives to expand civilization and order among the peoples of Galarian. Dude, you're praying to the god of ditches. I already asked the local paladins for help, but they have no desire to set foot outside this tavern. Damn cowards and traitors, and that's what they are. Also, please do take Camalia with you. I trust that girl more than the rest of your gang. She is of noble birth after all. And what type of reward are we talking about? 1,000 gold coins. You know the deal. Double it and I'll think about it. Oh yeah, we're making money. Several tense moments pass in silence. Then Horgus's face relaxes. Deal. Alrighty, deal. Marvelous, most excellent. Horgus's face relaxes, smoothing a few of the tense lines. I'll proceed to my mansion at once and wait for you there. Meanwhile, you needn't worry. I know the city like the back of my hand. But do hurry unless you want me to lower your reward. Oh, don't. However shall I pay for items? Okay, let's go talk to Staunton over here. I mean, he might be angry at us. We did kind of fight him. Oh, hey, we did level up. Okay, we'll deal with that later, though. The dwarf resembles an abandoned citadel, one whose high, crumbling walls are still holding fast, but whose empty, lightless windows make it clear that all inside is dead. Ooh, that's an image. Oh, it's you. Good work back there in the Great Garrison. Even when I hit you. Named Staunton Vane. If you've heard rumors about me, his face, which looks like it has never known anything as carefree as a smile, grimaces. Just so you know, everything people say about me, it's true. Look, I'm sorry for attacking you in the Great Garrison. Don't worry about it. Anything can happen in battle, especially when you're dealing with demons, since we're on the subject. What does this happen? A fit of uncontrollable rage led you... Oh, it's like recap. Led you to attacking the Crusader Stott in vain, who tried to bring you back to your senses. I won't ask what troubles you, that's your business, and we'll keep it that way. But I can tell when a person's fighting a losing battle against themselves. And I know something that can help. Here, take this. Oh, I got a cloak! Nice, it's already served me as well as it could. May it do the same for you. Nice, I got a cloak. Well, I need to talk to the elf who calls himself the Storyteller. Do you know where I can find him? The Storyteller, Staunton strokes his beard in thought. A strange old fellow, that one. He used to sit with me for hours, asking about all sorts of things. He never offered judgment or comfort, but he just listened. At first, I wanted him and his questions as far away from me as possible. But later, I realized that that talking to him did ease my burden a little. I hope he's alive and well. He's completely blind and feeble too. So if he's alone in the city, well, you probably know what that means. I do know one place he might be. Look for him in the Blackwing. It's a library. Here, I'll show you where it is on the map. I don't know what use a library is to a blind elf, but he loved the place. He would sit there day and night. Hey, Blackwing Library has been revealed. So what do people say about you? They say I'm a traitor, as bad as the Arilu Vorlesh. That I'm a disgrace, even among the ranks of the condemned. That Queen Galfrey should never have spared me. That I belong on the gallows. Let's see, who's Arilu Vorlesh? Few names arouse as much rage among crusaders as that of oh my gosh, this name. Okay, anyways, the Sarkorian witch. Yes. Who initiated the opening of the World Wound and later its expansion. Almost nothing is known about her life before the atrocity, except that Vorlesh was condemned. Oh my gosh. Except that Vorlesh was condemned for using arcane magic, which was persecuted in Sarkoris and imprisoned in the Tower of Threshold near the city of Iz. This is where Arli Vorlesh conducted the ritual that paved the way for the demonic invasion and left her land to be tormented by the demon lord Daskari. By some mysterious means, the witch transformed herself, changing from an ordinary human into a half-demon. Let's do that. That way it quits disappearing. Over the following century, Crusaders encountered Arli Vorlesh, or the results of her experiments a few times, but they learned nothing more of Daskari's henchwoman. She holds a high position in the ranks of the Army of the Abyss and bears the title of Architect of the World Wound. Let's see, the Condemned? The Condemned is a military unit made up of petty criminals conscripted as disposable soldiers and frontline fodder in the Mendevian Crusades. Wow, they really do hate you. You really don't know? Staunton gives a long, morose look and sighs. I'm the reason why the Crusade forces are holed up in fortresses on the edge of the World Wound. Instead of bringing the fight to the demons, we used to have a foothold in the Wound, the mighty, unassailable city of Dresden. We used to have it until it fell, and all because of my stupidity. I gave the enemy our main citadel. I was tried. They wanted to execute me, and rightly so. But the Queen intervened. She said that I could live and fight in order to undo what I have done. So that's how I live. Decade after decade, fighting in the Condemned. The dwarf shrugs. As you can see, I have fixed nothing. And I have earned no one's forgiveness. Are you going to spit in my face too? It wouldn't surprise me. You were given a chance to live, so live, and stop blaming others for what you've made of your life. Ugh, do you think you're the first to come to me with sermons? The dwarf shrugs indifferently. It's impressive, though. A whole city fell because of you? How is that possible? What do you mean, how? The knight glares at you from beneath his furrowed brows. If you don't trust the word of a condemned, go ask somebody else, like my little brother Joran. And if you still don't believe it, what's it to me? But if you're about to ask me to recount the story of my disgrace for the 1000th time, don't. Alright, well, and you really don't have any friends? I couldn't have survived this long if I were to be completely alone. Joran, my little brother, he keeps me going. He's never abandoned me. Everyone else shies away from me like they might catch what I've got. Even fighters in the Condemned console themselves by thinking, I got stripped of my rank, but at least I'm not Staunton. So many years in the Condemned. Oh, wait. No, he has other things to say. Commander Tierbid seems to be the only person in the whole army who remembers that I'm a soldier and not a drudge. She has no qualms about taking me into battle. She's had some mud flung at her in the past, or so I hear. That's why she tries to keep an open mind about people. It's no surprise that she's the only one to hold on to her sense of reason in this farce. Yeah, so many years in the Condemned, though. Surely you have paid your penance by now. That's not up to me to decide. My life is in the Queen's hands. He falls silent for a moment. And then, in a trembling voice, he adds, the Condemned isn't the worst part. All these years I have prayed to Torag for forgiveness. Countless times I've gone to his priests. Countless times I've kneeled before his altar. If only the Father of Dorvenkind would answer my prayers just once. Not to restore what I've lost, but just to tell me that I am still one of his children. But it seems he doesn't give a damn about me. What can I expect from mere mortals when my own god doesn't think I deserve redemption? Torag. Torag, also known as the Father of Creation, is a stoic and serious Dwarven god of the forge, protection, and strategy, who values honor, planning, and well-made steel. He is an often distant deity, lending magical power to his clerics, but leaving his followers to make their own way through life, knowing that this will make them strong and determined. Well, it's been great talking to you, but we have to go. Go on, then. Maybe we'll see each other again. That was a lot. Okay, let's see. What quests do we have now? Let's see. Devoured by Darkness. Where even are we in here? We slayed Hosilla. We returned to Canabras? I guess we completed this? I don't even know. Okay, we need to go to Orgus's house. We need to go to the Tower of Estrode, Burning City, visit the Blackwing Library. We need to gather allies for the attack on the Great Garrison. Be prepared. Friend in need? What is this one? Find Janna. Okay, this is for Sela. We have an errand. There should be a way to get her across the rift that divides the city. A strange figure towers over the bar. A huge, ungainly man with skin so milky white that his blue veins are visible even from a distance. His bald head is equal parts lumpy and pitted, and blood-filled eyes stare impassively out at you from beneath his pale brows. The glass in the albino's large, clumsy hands looks dangerously delicate, as if one twitch of those callous fingers would be enough to crush it. A gold medallion engraved with the tankard gleams around his neck. What'll it be? Vampire, is it? Then pour me a glass of whatever you serve our kind here. Gimel coolly brings out something from under the counter. A flask of cloudy liquid. Here, fresh elf maiden blood. Only for our kind. Ooh, nice. Any news in the city? The albino looks around. There are demons everywhere, and you showed up. Oh, he gave me a potion! Thank you. Thank you, Vampirekin. Are there any places in the city worth visiting? If you mean places that normal people usually stay well away from, then there are plenty. Like the Pitaxian wine cellar? Gimel pauses for effect, like the name of the place alone should make you quiver in fear. I can't even say the name. Pitax's origins lie with brigands. Here we go. Lie with brigands from their neighbor to the north, Brevoy, who sought sanctuary amid the forests of the River Kingdoms. A band of vicious thieves made a hideout in the riverside hamlet known as Pitax. As they visited there year after year, their ill-gotten gold slowly transformed Pitax into something considerably larger than a simple sleepy fishing village. Fishy village. It's a fishy village. Eventually, the bandits settled in Pitax permanently, building walls around the village, hiring sellswords to help defend against their enemies, and crowning themselves kings of a newfound realm. With this, Pitax became a permanent fixture of the River Kingdoms, able to survive and thrive for nearly 4 centuries, while others around it withered and decayed. It once belonged to a Pitaxian trading house. Then King Irovetti came into power in Pitax, and property started changing hands. Soon after, the seller's shop assistant was found in a ditch. Not all of him mind, just his head. Numerian gangsters had taken possession of the place. They wanted to sell something stronger than wine on the street, and they ended up on the gallows. Then King Iravetti's number was up. So now the store stands empty and unclaimed. People say that a headless ghost wanders the place at night, moaning ghoulishly, "Ooh." Numerian. Once a rising power poised to unite its neighbors under its banner, today Numeria has fallen into decay. Here, savagery and science exist side by side. Amid the wreckage of a crashed starship from a distant world. Starship? What? Technomancers from across Galarian flock to research and exploit the technological wonders found within the otherworldly ruins. Meanwhile, tribes of primitive barbarians cling to age-old tradition and eschew technology in favor of their own raw skill and martial prowess. This is a nation where, under the auspices of technological advancement and the betterment of civilization, a select few rule a subjected nation as despots and tyrants, placing their own power and continued reign above the well-being of their citizens. Sounds like a crazy place. Alright, well, how did you end up in the city? Oh, wait. I keep forgetting that this doesn't just come back to his whatever he said before. After coming to the end of this story, unusually long by his standards, the tavern keeper takes a swig from his tankard. No, someone asked me how he makes any noise with no head. I wasn't there. I just tell it like I heard it. Fabulous. So how did you end up in the Crusader City? How did anyone end up here? How did you, or them? With a huge hand, the tavern keeper gestures at the ragtag group assembled in the room. The world is big, but there isn't a place for everyone. People who no longer have a life anywhere else, they end up here. You know, I never did ask, who exactly are you? The albino slowly takes your measure with his red eyes, and finally with a gentle sigh says, Gimel Hawks, vampire. Are you supposed to be our... What's the timeline for this? Are you supposed to be our uncle? Gamley Hawk from... Yeah, it's fine, whatever. Show me what you got. Sell this, and this, and this. I'm gonna keep that. Wait, what is this? Oh yeah, I gotta remember to put that cloak on. Ingredients? Usable? No, not usable. Notable. No, not notable. What was the... Is it this stuff? Yes, this stuff. Incense. Yes, please take the incense. What else do you have? Gloves of the Neophyte. Whenever the wearer of these gloves casts a cantrip or a first level spell, the spell deals 1 additional damage per dice roll. That's actually kind of nice. Hey, do you mind, kitty cat? What's a bag of holding? Oh, spicy pastry. Bottomless mug. Let's put that cloak on. Oh, I have a cloak of resistance on. I need the will save on. I'm failing all kinds of saves. Okay. Lan? Just because I like you, Lan. Oh, you can use this. Marching Terror. Oh, no, wait, you can't use that. You can use that, though. Here, Lan, have a cloak. It doesn't really suit you, and I don't know what it's holding on to. What is this? Oh, those are Hosilla's orders. We should probably put those away somewhere. Diamond dust. They didn't want the seashell? Oh, no, it's reagents. Okay, never mind. We're so happy. Look at us. We're so happy. Okay. What's going on in here? Survivors. Oh. Right, we can loot this place. Survivor. Durnog. Durnog, a young man in well-worn traveling clothes and a simple wooden symbol of Erastil on his chest, is efficiently cutting a linen robe into strips to use as bandages. Despite his visible exhaustion, he works with zeal, singing some tune about red braids and ripe sheaves of wheat under his breath. He raises his warm, chestnut-colored eyes to you. Are you one of the Crusaders? Thank you for defending those of us whose talents lie off the battlefield. I'm Jurnog, servant of Erastil. Pleased to meet you. Let's see, who's Erastil? Erastil, also known as Old Deadeye and the Stag God, is one of the oldest human gods still worshipped in the Inner Sea region, and is concerned with family, farming, hunting, and trade. During the Age of Creation, Erastil was among the gods who battled Rovagug when he sought to destroy Golarion, and who were eventually able to contain him in the Dead Vault at the planet's core. His religion dates back to before the Age of Darkness, when small farming communities and hunter-gatherers prayed to him for bountiful harvests and a successful hunt. Legends claim that it was Old Deadeye himself who crafted the first bow and gifted it to humans to overcome the challenges of the world. Even as the accomplishments of civilization mounted, Erastil continues to embrace and represent the simpler pleasures life has to offer. Sounds like a good god. What are you doing here? I only took my holy orders recently, so my god has only bestowed a little of his power upon me yet. I'm sorry to say that the number of wounded fighters in this tavern is far beyond my power to heal, but there's a reason people say, have faith in the gods, but look to yourself first. I may not be able to help the wounded with magic, but I can at least cut up bandages. Aw, look at you go. Are you from around here? No, I was just passing through Cockatrice. I was sailing down that old man of ours, the Great Sullen River, to a village by the name of Chili Creek. I happened to land in the city on the eve of the festival, and I'm ashamed to say I decided to stay for a day to enjoy myself. But I ended up staying in the city longer than I'd bargained for. Chili Creek? Where is that? It's a small fishing village. It's not even marked on some maps, but people do live there. What they don't have is a priest. They have no one to heal their wounds and no one to offer prayers for a good catch. No one to give their dead a dignified burial, and the world wound is a stone's throw away. So I'll be setting sail for Chili Creek to serve my god and my people. Cool. Aren't you a young and inexperienced cleric afraid to go to the border of the world wound? I won't lie, I am afraid. But what can I do? Those villagers are simple people. Every day of their short lives is spent doing hard, honest work. That's exactly the kind of life I want. Something simple but meaningful. If I had centuries ahead of me like elves do, I might have spared some 50 years or so to travel around the world. The young man says with a smile. Or maybe even 100, why not? But I don't have time to spare, so I want to spend my short life in the place where I'm needed most. Even if it's dangerous, especially if it's dangerous. Well, you know, I could use the help of a cleric. Jurnog makes a helpless gesture. Erastil knows I'd be glad to help you, but it's of no use. My spells are depleted and I have no training in potions or scrolls. See this robe I'm cutting up for bandages? It's the second to last one. Oh, poor Jurnog. Okay. Bye-bye. May Erastil watch over you. Let's see, who are you? Forn Autumn Haze. It's quite a name. A tall, fragile-looking elf sits in front of you, eyes closed. He is pale as a ghost, his arm wrapped in a blood-stained bandage. You spot other bandages on his body under his clothes, but even in such a miserable state, he manages to keep calm. Raising his eyes to meet yours, he says faintly, I am Forn Autumn Haze, at your service. His pale lips are reddened by blood, but you see no sign of pain or fear in his gray eyes. Do you need help? After giving you a cold, intense look, he shakes his head. Do not trouble yourself on my behalf. A local healer tended to me. Besides, I come from a resilient, hardy people. My body will endure both the wounds and the poison delivered through them. Oh, well, I'm Kidis. You can trust me. I might be able to help you. After a brief pause, Forn says, it would be impolite to refuse such a direct and friendly offer. I think we missed half a conversation. Who is your quarry here in Mendev? I was hunting a fugitive, a Descarite, by the name of Kalissa. It pains me to admit that there are heinous malefactors such as her among my noble kind. I managed to catch up to her in Cockatrice and I wounded her. Then demons appeared and the city was engulfed in flames. I was injured in the battle that ensued and couldn't free her soul from its service to her dark masters. Oh, he expresses no anger or hatred as he speaks, only compassionate sorrow. I'm sorry for your misfortune. I hope things will turn out differently next time. He purses his lips. There is no need for pity. Our ancient kind is blessed with great longevity. We gain a deeper understanding of the world than other races, and we learn our lessons better than anyone. That goes for learning from our mistakes as well. I survived, which means I will be more prepared when we meet next time. Well, can I know more about you? I won't hold anything back, not who I am, why I made my way here, or who it is that I'm pursuing. Okay, well, tell me more. Other peoples tend to believe that identity is the sum of persons' actions and the events that happen to them. For them, I am one of a long line of warriors of Keonan, who, since his youth, has dedicated himself to hunting evil and injustice. For them, I am a successful and capable huntsman who has tracked down and slain a great many monsters. Who is this person? The homeland of the elven race on Galarian, Keonan was almost completely evacuated by the elves just before the fall of the Starstone. They only recently, by elven standards, returned to Galarian to reclaim their ancient homeland and have become an isolationist realm, allowing few non-elven visitors into their mist-shrouded capital, Ayadara. But I am an elf, and for me, my identity has a different meaning. It is shaped by the place where I was born, and that I love so deeply. I am shaped by what I find beautiful and what makes my heart quicken, by the fears that come to me in the dead of night, by the things I find so intolerable that at the sight of them, my very core darkens and fills with poison. Thus, to tell you who I am, I would require many days and much candor, which is more than you and I have at our disposal. Oh, why did you choose to become a hunter of evil? Because I am the son of a noble and proud nation. We are sometimes criticized for our arrogance, but no one dares doubt our honor. When a crime is committed, we cannot turn a blind eye. If we were to abandon our obligation to oppose evil, if we were to surrender this obligation to other races, we would also relinquish our preeminence. Preeminence. So much fun. Okay. Yeah, so here was, okay, well, I don't have any more questions. Can I aid you in your hunt? Bourne covers his eyes wearily. I thank you, but this is my mission, and I'm used to facing all manner of terrors on my own. I do appreciate your willingness to help. If you happen to meet Kaelissa, take caution. She has turned many innocent souls to the path of evil, and darkness has rewarded her with many gifts. Her appearance alone will tell you that. It is warped. The agate skin, the malicious stare of her blood-red eyes, the bestial teeth. She's more monster than elf at this point. I feel like you're describing me. What does this Kaelissa look like again? Oh, I failed. Her skin is dark, her hair preternaturally white. Her red eyes can see perfectly in the dark, which to my dismay, I've come to know from experience. The bright light causes her pain. I used an alchemical powder that explodes in a dazzling flash, and she cried out as if I had stabbed her. It's clear that this woman is a faithful servant of darkness. The marks that Kaelissa's masters have left on her appearance say as much. All right, well, I have to go. Okay, good fortune to you. Do I want to go downstairs? What is wrong? We keep turning around. Oh, there's Nevia again. Who are you? Vesely Rathamus. A stout old man with a fuzzy gray beard mumbles a prayer. He looks as tired as everyone else in the tavern, but determination is stamped upon his haggard face. What can I do for you? Who are you? Vesely Rathamus, rector of the local temple of Abadar. The temple is gone, though, and if we snooze here for much longer, the city will all be lost. Alright, who's the boy with you? This one? Kiato, the shepherd, my apprentice. He's a smart boy, and his faith is strong. He serves the Rast still, though. But there's still something he can learn from an old servant of Abadar. He'll be a great cleric when he's a little older. What kind of help can I expect from you? First, I sell scrolls. I have lots of them. Something for every emergency. Second, while you're here in the tavern, I can read one for you. Guaranteed no surprises, but you'd better not go into the city without a cleric. I won't be going in there myself. I'm too old. My powers are needed here. Okay, show me what you're selling. Let's see, plus weapons. Natural armor, bracers of the wizard. AC, reflex, will, saving throws. Wait, no, that's what I have. Bracers of the wizard grant their wearer an armor bonus of +2, just as if they were wearing armor, and a +3 competence bonus on all Arcana checks. Here, we can sell this while we're here. Icy protector, that would have come in handy a while back. Alchemist kits. Oh, we do need an alchemist kit. So I don't need both of those. That one back. That way, this way we can make scrolls and stuff when we make camp. Ring of powerful blood magic. When the wearer of this ring is blood raging and casts a spell, the save DC of the spell increases by 1. Daredevil boots. This pair of magical boots shimmers in vibrant shades of blazing red and burning orange when they are held up to the light. These boots allow the wearer to gain extra maneuverability while moving through hazardous areas. While using acrobatics to avoid provoking an attack of opportunity, the wearer gains a +5 competence bonus on mobility checks, and whenever they make a successful mobility check, while the ability is active, they gain a +1 bonus on attack rolls for 1 round. Might be a, yes, thank you, Kenma. A monk thing or something. Anyways. Okay. What are these people? Shall we talk to Lan? Barb? Barb is just in the corner. Oh my god, Barb. Lan greets you with a nod. Here for a chat? I've been waiting for you to come and see what a strange beast you've taken into your party. Aww, I love you, Lan. I'd like to know more about you. Let me guess, your first question is, can you wear a hat with your one horn? Am I right? Yes. So can you wear a hat with your one horn? Sure, I can, but certain designs don't suit me too well. Lan speaks in a deadly serious tone. Bless you, Lan. You speak common much better than the rest of your tribe. Funnily enough, common isn't all that common underground, Lan says. But your observation is correct. I used to live on the surface with my parents for a while, and had a chance to learn a couple of things. The language and the fact that every peasant who sees my scaly mug screams, "Demon," and runs away. I don't know if you're interested, but my mom wasn't from an underground tribe. She was a smuggler, the kind that used the dungeons of Cockatrice to secretly move and store goods. One time, 2 gangs couldn't agree on how to share a prime cut, got into a fight, and the winners threw the losers down a hole, dead and living alike. My dad went to check if the corpses had anything useful on them, and he found a girl from the surface, barely clinging to life. An incredible feeling sparked between them, or maybe the girl just liked men with scales and a cat nose. That might be it. One way or another, he got her back on her feet, and he later even left his home caves. She left her smuggling behind, and they began an honest life together. That's the delightful story of how old Lan came into this world. The next chapter, however, my family and I never stayed in one place for long. We lived sometimes on the surface, sometimes underground. We couldn't find a place to call home. Living in the caves was hard on my mom, and my dad's appearance raised too many questions in Mendev. They're at war against the demons, after all. In the end, my parents decided to stop making each other miserable and separated. My father and I returned to our tribe. I think the peasant screaming demon had something to do with it. Or maybe Dad just couldn't stand life without rat tail soup. I wouldn't rule out the possibility. Did you come with me so you could see the surface again then? No, that wasn't it. I just don't have much patience for certain types of creatures. Demons, I mean. If they want to destroy Cockatrice, I'll be on the side of the people they're attacking. Lan looks away. Lan, you're my companion, and companions should trust each other. I'm counting on you to give me an honest answer, and not excuses. Oh, Lan looks ashamed. I guess you're right. I shouldn't have been so evasive. It's just that some things are hard to talk about. My family, for example. My birth, hell, take me, turned out to be a great misfortune for my parents. All because I'm relatively healthy. I'm the best thing that can come from a marriage between a cave-dwelling mongrel and anyone from the surface. A healthy child with the right number of hands and feet, no apparent defects, no missing organs or other problems. They saw hope in me, so risked having more children. They thought it would somehow be all right. A growl edges into Lan's voice. I could have had 4 brothers. The first was born 2 years after me and died 3 years later. He didn't have a nose, nothing even remotely resembling one. He could only breathe through his mouth. Mom and Dad were afraid to take their eyes off him for fear he'd choke and suffocate on something. But in the end, it was his weak heart that killed him. It probably was because he didn't breathe through his nose. It's like if you can't breathe correctly, your heart can't work correctly either. Then there was another pregnancy and birth. I pretended I was sleeping, but snuck out of my bedroom and listened under the door. All those hours, it was very strange, but I never heard the newborn screaming. Mom moaning, yes, the priest praying. Then I dared to open the door a little and looked inside. The priest stood there, very pale. One of them was holding something, a small object that fit in his palm. He asked, "Do you know what this is?" And the other said, "I think it's a head." Lan stops. Please go on. No. Yes, please go on. Lan pauses, exhales, and continues in a steadier voice. It turned out that this time Mom was expecting triplets. The first of the babies was born in pieces, and the 2 others didn't live long enough to draw their first breath. About 3 weeks later, my father took me to the caves. He didn't want to leave. I could see it in his face, but I think my mom and he decided it together. The curse my people have carried since the First Crusade stood between them, not to mention the 4 dead babies, and old age was rapidly taking its toll on my father. After we returned to the cave, he only lived another 4 years. So if you're asking me why I decided to go up with you to the surface and join the Crusaders, well, the answer is I've always wanted to. I was afraid to leave my tribe, but it always haunted me that I'd die in a world where 4 crusades could do nothing to stop the beast from the abyss, and the number of victims kept growing. I want to change that, or at least try to. Aw, Lan. And if changing things is too much to ask, then at least get a little revenge. The ones who are behind the world wound owe me a great debt. The lives of 4 brothers, all my mother's tears, my father's broken heart. It's a lot. It's so much that killing a couple of demons won't do it for me. I want to do something real, and I'm ready to pay any price. Call it my personal crusade if you like. Lan gives you a slanted grin. I used to think that things would be better if I'd never been born, but now I think I was born for this, to settle the score. Poor Lan. Would you like to find your mother? No. The word flies from Lan's mouth faster than an arrow. Then, after a pause, he continues. I don't want to meet her. Not because I feel any resentment. It's just that she's a half-elf. She's barely got her first gray hair, and I'll be a ramshackled old man. She's buried enough children. There's no need to make her witness the death of another one. I hope you understand. Aw, poor Lan. Your parents' love didn't survive hardship, but that doesn't mean the same thing will happen to you. What if you find true love, someone who won't leave you no matter what? And break my beloved's heart when I die in her arms 5 years later? That's a fine thing to do to the person you love. Then again, there's a chance I'll inspire some tragic bard to write a tearful ballad. True. Why didn't you go up and join the Crusaders before? I couldn't just abandon my tribe. I'm their best hunter. They'll have it much harder without me. But now that the demons have nearly destroyed Cockatrice and the caves almost collapsed on our heads, sitting and waiting it out just isn't an option anymore. Anyway, I'm more useful up here than I am down there. Plus, the chief let me go, which means my debt to the tribe has been paid. Oh, thank you for sharing, Lan. Thanks for listening. By the way, mongrels have short lifespans, but you don't look like you're getting old or dying. How old are you? Oh, Lan chuckles. I'm as old as I look, no surprises there. But remember Sol? He's 10 years older than me. I remember him back when he was a fearless warrior, and day by day I watched him turn into an old man. Him and my father. It happens very quickly. First, you miss a shot because you don't see the target as clearly as you used to. You think it's because your eyes are tired. You tell yourself it'll get better tomorrow. Then you notice you're having trouble breathing. That climbing is harder than it was before. Lan clenches and unclenches his human fist. Your fingers stop bending. You have to tie your sword to your hand. You can't even put on your greaves without help. When you're washing your face in a stream, sometimes you catch sight of a gray-haired, wrinkled old man you don't recognize. And this goes on until one day, you come across a cave beast and you realize you can't outrun it. Lan takes a breath. My dad kept diaries, marking all the signs. And I saw it too. The last year I had to help him get out of bed, help him dress, remind him to eat. Sometimes he forgot my name. I told him that we should have stayed on the surface, and he joked that dodging a goddess was behavior unworthy of a crusader. He meant Pharasma. How come Pharasma doesn't get a think? Every morning I wake up and check how I feel, but there are no signs yet. Even so, I know I don't have much time. I need to do something useful before I forget why I came here. Oh, poor Lan. Let's talk about Windowog. Are you sure? Lan sighs. All right. Tell me about your connection to Windowog. My connection to Windowog? I mean, where do I start? Lan turns the unexpressive reptile half of his face to you. Oh, you're hiding stuff, Lan. We grew up together, trained together. She was the chief's daughter. She was groomed to be the best all her life, and then I came along. We were rivals, but we dragged each other out of tight spots too. I've always been drawn to grand, heroic gestures, sometimes idiotic ones, where Windu liked to roam unexplored passages, find new caves, and making maps. She wanted to be a great huntress, the one who'd make it through the shield maze. But instead, He shakes his head. It'd be better if she died. The death of a friend is painful, but watching a friend become a shadow of their former self is unbearable. She doesn't think she's a shadow of her former self. Of course. She thinks she did everything right. Because the second she starts to doubt herself, she'll have to face the truth. To admit that she's just a cannibal that demons use as they wish. Lan's frown looks almost like a wince. She wants to get stronger and stronger, but for what? I'll never understand what drives her. Were you just friends, or were you more than that? Wow, you really don't pull your punches, do you? Lan exhales loudly. There was a time when I asked myself the same question. Windowog knew me better than anyone. She understood me better than anyone. Okay, that was a repeat sentence. She was my first woman, but we never loved each other. Maybe I could have grown to love her, but it always seemed like she never understood what love was. Maybe she just wasn't capable of those kind of feelings. Well, too bad you and Windowog didn't work out, but there are plenty of other women around who might like you. Me, for example. Huh. Lan laughs and by coincidence turns the unexpressive scaly side of his face towards you. That's not a coincidence. He's doing that on purpose. Don't joke like that. I almost believed you. A humble guy like me, a beautiful woman who could have me wrapped around her little finger without even trying. Success. I hear those dice rolls. Well, thanks. I found out everything I wanted to know. All right. Well, if you ever want to reopen any more my old wounds, you know where to find me. Thank you, Lan. Oh, there's still more stuff. Oh my gosh, there's still so much more stuff. Oh, let's go talk to someone else right now, though.